I believe you have kind of an interesting, career path so far, because you move from Michelin to Veolia to banking software to IoT. So there are kind of different and very how can I say, very diverse, kind of industry. I wanted to ask you something, because I know a little probably wireless and what they're doing, and security and scaling and so on. And this is my experience. Many times when I'm speaking with some customers regarding to security with IoT, often I got this turkey syndrome. Turkey syndrome meaning that the turkey is a perfectly happy animal, and if you're telling them something bad is going to happen, he does not believe you, because they say, come on, those people are very kind to me. They're feeding me every day, lots of food. Look, a perfect life. And then, Thanksgiving comes, and when I try to explain this, to customers, I have sometimes a hard time to make them understand that given the different IoT devices, the surface of attacks, grow unbelievably. And from, some stupid BLE connection, you can compromise, an entire system. And sometimes they really have a hard time believing that. Did you find anything similar, in your experience, or it's just me, being a bad seller of security solutions?
No, you're completely right, because the security is the main topic in IoT, actually. And since that we have a lot of devices collected across the globe, and we have a really high deployment number, it's very difficult to find the perfect process to securize all these devices. And now the hardware is higher strength than before. There's more risk to use the devices, and the security topic is really in the middle of everything in the IoT. So we have to consider this for the software, for the network, and the hardware.
Very good. Thanks a lot. So I'll leave the floor for a presentation.
All right. So let me find the. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Great, thank you. All right, so first, thank you very much, MES team, to invite me today. This is very nice. I really follow actually all of you for more than 1 year now, and we have a really good relation, I believe. And this is really nice to participate to this kind of innovative conference. So I really support you guys. So thank you very much. And thank you very much also, Emily of Siemens, for your presentation before, because it's very relevant what you just actually said. You talk about the fact that IoT is changing our way of living. You talk about that you don't want to throw out what we have already put before. This is actually true. We have to keep the same device and just make it a really high change on the field. This is really nice to do this. So first, today I'm going to talk about all the challenges about IoT connectivity in the industry of 4.0. This is the name that we have put in this use case. So first, I just talk about what is my experience in the IoT first. What we have to understand is that my work at Cavli Wireless is that I every day look for new business opportunities. So I'm trying to find what can be of interest for our customers and partners, and also to develop this IoT innovation that we are believing a lot. The second one is that I represent a really innovative company. So I will just present to you after for a few words what is Cavli Wireless exactly, and we are an innovative company in an innovative field. So we are learning every day, as such as we are suggesting many solutions to help all the new players also. And we have a really large kind of customers. We help all the startups to middle-sized company to large company. So we have seen a lot of things happening as we are acting as IoT enabler. So we want to enable the IoT to be deployed across the globe. And the last one is that I have developed over the past few years now an expertise for IoT connectivity, which can actually bring me here and give you a relevant presentation about IoT connectivity. So the first thing is that Cavli Wireless, we exist in the field of IoT officially, I would say, for more than 5 years. We have a lot of IoT OEM customers. And what we basically do is that we design and manufacture cellular IoT modules with eSIM inside. It means that this is actually the components when you want to design a product based on cellular connectivity. That you have to implement this product inside your end device. This will allow you and enable your products to be connected to the network. And based on this hardware, on this module that we are providing, actually, if you can see my camera, I have two of them with me. This is this kind of thing here. So based on this hardware, we actually have also developed a really high coverage for connectivity because we are partnering with direct telecom operators across the globe. And so we offer a full coverage for connectivity over the eSIM inside the hardware, and also a Cavli Hub, a platform that can actually manage your device and the network. So we are basically providing a full end-to-end connectivity solution to help our customers to connect their device. So today I'm going to talk about, based on my experience at Cavli Wireless, so only on my experience with the customers on the field, what has been described as the biggest challenges for IoT connectivity in the Industry 4.0. So the first thing is that, if you can see, yeah, the first challenge is about connectivity. On connectivity, what we, based on the different studies that we have seen, we know that 85% of the machines globally are not connected. But as we know, the IoT is very nice to make business smarter, and this is what is maybe the new goal of industry, that they want to connect their machines first to make them at the end smarter. So the three main requirements that we have seen, that as always the main questions that our customers and partners are asking to us, is that the first, they want a reliable network. When they want to deploy a device somewhere, they want to have something that they can rely on. And so that the machines can connect without any difficulty. The second one is about designing a device and finding the perfect capacity to make it operable sufficiently. So we talk about sufficient capacity. And the last one, obviously, is to have the lowest investment possible, to a lowest time for R&D, a lowest expertise, so just enough to be able to design correctly your objects and to make it connected. So obviously, these three main requirements are not really compatible, and they have to be. We have to find the perfect balance for that. And this is pretty challenging actually to find the perfect balance, because the demand for connectivity is really higher than the expansion of coverage. So it means that sometimes in some zones it's going to be difficult to find connectivity. So the second one is obviously the connectivity is not the same everywhere. There are different kind of design based on where we want to deploy. And the last one is because we are in an innovative area, to have a full expertise to study capacity for innovative products is very difficult to find actually, and is very obviously expensive. The second challenge about Industry 4.0 is that we have witnessed a lack of interoperability. So as was saying actually just before Emily at Siemens, is that actually as a company that's actually provide IoT solution over the world, you talk about being interoperable. This is very important to have this, because if you don't look for this kind of feature in your business and device, you will have consequences. The first one is that your scalability will be impaired. The second one, obviously, will be that you will have a lot of cost to pay and to change design every year, for example. The technology can be also unstable based on what you want to change. If you want to change of supplier, for example, for some components and all. And the last one is that there is a loss of network authority. And this is happening because IoT is a very large notion with specific verticals using specific technology. So sometimes, and I would say often, it's pretty difficult to pass from one vertical to another, or to one technology to another. For example, when the customers want to change their requirements for data consumptions, or when they want to deploy in new countries, or launching a new product with a new design, or also, as we witness that pretty often, when our customers want to change of supplier to us, they have to change some design also, so there is some time to spend. The third one about the challenge in Industry 4.0 is obviously the security. Sorry. The cybercriminals before were able to attack through network and software, and now they have 3 different doors to be able to go inside the system. What we have witnessed also based on our customers' experience and based on our experience is that there are some common failure happening in every device, in every system. The first one, when there is a lack of secure update mechanism, when you want to update the firmware inside, for example, a device. When there is a lack of visibility about your device management. When there are some issue about the settings by default. Well, there are many kind of different common failures happening, and many other companies are beginning to specialize for IoT security, actually. And this is a very difficult and complex ecosystem. So what we actually advise to start with as a simple step for the beginning is that every customer and partners has to perform a risk analysis when you initiate your ID and when you begin to launch your product. And at this moment, you have to know what is valuable for you. What we actually advise to lock as a safe mechanism is that we can actually propose to you a device management. We can actually help you to set your settings by default. And you can also find a kind of private network. So there's many kind of way to save your whole system. The last one is about scalability. So this is very common, actually, this kind of challenge. So I have something that I always say that when you come from an idea to go to proof of concept is very common, actually. But when you want to deploy from proof of concept to high deployment over the globe, is very difficult. And that parts, some company, and I would say mostly some startups that have really great idea don't really anticipate this kind of high deployment. So some ideas to share. So the first one is that 1/3 POC phase, because they can't justify any scaling cost, and 1/3 is very huge, actually. We also discovered that with the volume that's of number of devices deployed, the complexity increased a lot. And the last one, this is a really high topic for IoT devices, actually. That we sometimes some companies are not able to safeguard the long-term availability of connected device. So we have to make it a perfect design to launch it for 5 years, 10 years outside without changing everything and replace it on the field. So the 5 essential considerations that we actually always advise to our customers and partners is that first we have they have to find a large wireless system capacity. We also advise them to use a simplified network planning and setup. The third one, what's actually just said before, Emily, is that we should use an architecture really interoperable. The fourth one is that it's better to have a really high visibility about all your system. So we always advise network and device management. And the last one is mostly about software. The software has to be flexible and scalable for be able to manage correctly all the devices. So now that we have 4 different challenges, I'm going to show you quickly what is doing Cavli Wireless to solve these challenges and to help starting the company to solve it. The first one is that about the connectivity. We provide cellular IoT modules based on cellular technology. So the cellular technology, there are different kind of technology. There is 2G, 3G, 4G. So in the 4G, there is LT Cat 1 and Cat 4, for example. And there's also the 5G modules coming, obviously. But in the 4G technology, we are using the NB-IoT and LTE-M, which are part of the LP1 system. The LP1 architecture is low power wide area network, and that is able to only send really small packages of data from the device to the network. And this is NB-IoT and LTM who actually are promoting the IoT technology with the cellular. What we actually do is that we use this cellular technology, which is perfect for many different kind of advantages. And those modules are certified with all the standards of the industry. And plus that, we also provide other kind of technology, which is a GPS, a BLE, and Bluetooth, and also Sigfox. Because we also believe sometimes that some module can actually be hybrid and mix the cellular and maybe other technologies such as BLE or Sigfox. We are actually the only one in the world that actually provide this module with cellular and Sigfox together. Because we believe in this. And the last one is that I always say about that our modules are IoT friendly in the software side, because we make it really easy to use, and half of the modules actually are based in Linux and helps all the engineers to easily develop the applications inside. The second one is about the interoperability. So as I was saying before, the cellular technology is the perfect technology to make it happening. Because thanks to this technology, the infrastructure over the globe is already ready. So we just have to launch the device everywhere, it will work. And this is actually pretty magic. The second one is that the Cavli modules that we are launching are using different kind of technology in the hardware, different kind of protocols, different kind of messaging services, in a way that our customers can actually find the different technology and maybe change to one to another. Pretty easily. So this makes it actually easier to work with Cavli wireless by changing some products together. The third one is about that we are compatible in terms of footprint in the hardware in the industry. So if someone wants to change of supplier to Cavli wireless, it's really actually easy to put out the device from the old supplier to the new supplier with the same kind of design. And the last one is, I would say, the main arguments for Cavli is that we are using eSIM technology with the UICC and EUICC technology inside the eSIM, which means that if you want to deploy a device in France and then you want to go in the US, you basically have to have a really quick change thanks to the EUICC technology inside the module. The third one is about security. So this topic is absolutely mandatory for us to make to not be able our customers to be concerned about their solutions. So what we provide is a full end-to-end connectivity solution with three different pillars. The first one is the software, the hardware, the modules, where we actually provide a software IoT friendly, as I was saying before, which helps the customers to easily develop inside and easily understand what is happening to the device. The second one is about the cellular technology, which is very secure and using encrypted packages, so very difficult to act, I would say impossible to hack. So that's why we believe in this technology. And the last one is the platform where we actually only use the connectivity and the modem data, only that. And we also suggest device and network management to offer a full visibility of what is happening to all the devices. And we connect the hardware to the platform through a private APN. So this is pretty engineering stuff, but this is basically a private channel that can basically directly connect to the software. And all of that is secure by secure protocols like MQTT-S, WebSocket, HTTP-S, always with the S for secure. The second one is that we offer a complete ownership to the customers, and they will have a full visibility about the solution. And the last one, which is actually important to know because we have many customers asking us this kind of part, is that you don't have any access to any kind of annotation data. We only see the device and network management. The last one is about scalability. So for scalability, once again, I'm also, again promoting the cellular technology because we are using LTE and LP1 infrastructure. So inside the LP1, we have the NB-IoT and LTM technology. The second one is that we are using the eSIM technology, once again, which is a technology developed in the last years, and that is more and more important for the IoT ecosystem. And the last one is that we are offering many kind of parameters inside the platform to be able to manage the modem and the connectivity. So we have more than 50 parameters that our customers can actually access to the platform. And the last one is, the last argument for scalability is our new offer, which actually is a bundle package, which is based on a full OPEX model. So in business terms, OPEX model means that this is only operation expenses. There is no initial cost at the beginning. So this is why we say that the module is for free. And then we include the connectivity inside the module that is actually loaded inside the module with the eSIM. And we also offer all the platform features, which is really, really rich features inside the platform. And all of that into a package called the 199. So basically, for 99 cents per device per month, you will be able to launch your device and to not spend a really high amount of cost on the first year. So to make a sum up pretty quickly, there are 4 different challenges. The first one was the connectivity. This is very difficult to make to connect the machines. However, IoT is really important to make it connected. The second one is to be interoperable. So we have to be able to change and to have flexibility to really move really fast and to offer flexibility for decisions in the management for any companies. The third one is the security. The security is really, I would say, really important and to consider at every steps of the design. And the last one is to be able to scale. And for that, as let's say IoT enabler, Cavli Wireless, we support all that, and we offer a full support every hour to answer all your questions. And we have a lot of experience now from different kind of companies for different use cases. For here, we talk about the industry. This is what we saw in the industry, but we also work in any kind of use case that we can talk about in other conference of Must, I hope. And if you want to contact me at any time, just this is my number. If you have time to write it down, or to my email or LinkedIn whenever you want. So I think I have still 2 minutes left. So if you have any questions, you can just go ahead now.
I believe that the Q&A session will be after all the talks.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I think
so you were really fast. I was actually worried before because in the past, I mean, I moderated panels and speakers were usually way longer than the allocated time, and it was always a little bit of a problem. I mean, that to shrink.
Yeah.
But so far, I mean, it was unbelievably good. So chapeau.
That's it.
Okay, thanks a lot. So please.